It is the 8th of November, and this is Rabbi Furst, and it is the Mishna Berura, Hanukkah.
And I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, good morning again. This is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here. And Yeshivat Samanavshi here in Yerushalayim Care Zoom. We're beginning our annual exploration of the laws of Hanukkah. That's in the 6th volume of the Mishnah Berura, and beginning with Siman Tuf Reish Ayin. We'll start.
Reish Zion?
Ayin. Tuf Reish Ayin.
Tuf Reish Ayin. Reish Ayin. Tuf Reish Ayin. Reish Ayin.
Interesting. Interesting. I don't just an aside. In my Mishnah Berura, I have marked down here b'shem the Sefer Rachmi Ha'av that says that Aristotle spent the last of his years denouncing all his writings, and he also was misgayer.
Who said that?
Talking about Aristotle.
Yeah.
And
But
the Sefer is Rachmi Ha'av. Rachmi Ha'av.
Yeah.
I have to take a look. I have it marked down. I have to take a look and see it inside. Interesting piece of history.
Well, what he renounced? So what did he find in place of it?
He was misguided. I guess he found the truth. Instead of all the sheker he was living with all his life. So in any event, we can I guess we can discuss that some other time. But in the meantime, we were beginning our as I said, our journey into Hilchos Hanukkah and Siman Tuf Reish Ayin, Devorim Asurim Mutorim B'Hanukkah. Those things which are forbidden and permissible on Hanukkah. And Gimel Sifim. Yeah, Barry or Mayor, would you either of you'd like to begin to read a bit?
Reish
Ayin.
Okay. Okay, so we're starting with Aleph.
Yes, right at the very beginning.
Okay, B'Kaf Hey B'Kislev, Shmonat Yemei Chanukah. So on the 25th of Kislev begins, he says Matchilin, okay, in small print, begins the 8 days of Hanukkah. Asurim B'Chesped V'Ta'anit, and it's forbidden to give a eulogy or fast. Aval mutarim ba'asiyat melacha, but it is permitted to perform work. So,
Right.
It's very interesting because when my mother passed away, during the Shiva, or part of the Shiva was Hanukkah began.
Yes.
And I remember they let me daven, but on Hanukkah you do Hallel, I believe, right?
Hallel, right.
So when I did Hallel, I had to leave the room they were davening in because I was not permitted to say Hallel.
Right. That's the minig also if we're on Rosh Chodesh. If this runs, it's the Shiva comes out during Rosh Chodesh. There's also Hallel then as well. Yes, true.
Okay.
Very true.
So we are permitted to do work though on Hanukkah. Okay.
Yes. And we'll see there's a condition over here. But yeah. Well,
So just to finish off a bit here, the nohagot hanashim shelo la'asot melacha be'od shehanerot dokot. And there is a tradition that women do not do work during the hours the candles are lit.
right,
The time, I guess. Okay. The yesh misha omer she'ein lahakel lahem. And there are those who say you shouldn't be lenient about this.
meaning you should make sure that they take time off. Meaning being lenient would allow them to do work. And we don't want them to be lenient. We want them to make sure to take work off.
No, okay. Very good.
Okay. Let's take a look at the Mr. Brewer here. That'll begin in Sifkat in Aleph.
Okay, so we'll go to that. Okay, so that's Matchilin Shmonat Yemei Chanukah. So we begin the 7 days of Hanukkah.
8
Okay.
days.
8 days.
Oh, yeah, 8. I'm
Right.
sorry, I
Right.
said 7.
Yeah.
I think I'm too used to the weekdays.
There's a question that's asked. We're not going to go into it now, but you can just maybe think about it. Why isn't it 9 days in Chutz La'aretz? That question is dealt with. We're not going to go into it now, but we can discuss that maybe at one point or another.
I have a guess, but
It's not a yontif.
no, my guess is that it's not a yontiv that
Right.
is dictated by the Torah.
Right.
By the Besdin. If that was only, the extra day was only because of the Besdin designated which day actually started, et cetera, et cetera.
Also,
Right.
also the events of Hanukkah were in the land of Israel. So there was no need to have an extra day.
Oh, so
Yeah, and
nevertheless,
it's not a yontif. It's not a yontif, so to speak. It's not
Well,
like
that's true.
Pesach.
okay. Well,
Another reason might be that it's at the end of the month, the 25th. There's plenty of time for them to find out when Rosh Chodesh was.
Well, that's a good point too, yeah.
okay, good. Well, as I said, we'll maybe make a time to explore that as time goes on. We'll see, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay, so it says, so the Mishnah Berura says, Ki uvayit sheni kishe machu mache risha. Oh, during the second temple, the rulers were wicked, I guess, were evil. Okay, Gazru gezerot al Yisrael uvitlu datan. And they issued a decree that Israel should negate their religion, nullify their religion. Wow.
This is the Romans again?
This is the Greeks. At this point, this is the Greeks. This came before the Romans.
No,
The
the
Greeks.
Syrian
Oh.
Greeks, yeah.
Oh, the Greeks, okay.
Okay. Below, hinichu otam la'asok b'Torah u'mitzvot. And they weren't able to practice Torah or the commandments. Ufashtu yadam b'mamonam uvivnotehem. Poshet. Is that judgment?
Well, the post, that's mishpat. That would be the mem. Poshet yadam. That means to stretch forth. Literally means to stretch forth their arms.
Oh, so in other words, they forced them to give them their money and their children.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. V'niknesu lehechal ufartzu bo pratzot v'timu hataharot. And they entered the temple and destroyed it. I'm not sure pratzot.
Pirtzos is to make, to breach the walls.
breach the walls, and they, the opposite of purify. They, I guess, desecrated the holy.
Desecrated.
Right.
Yeah.
Defiled.
Or defiled, right, defiled the pure. Good, thank you, Barry. Vitzar lahem liyisrael ma'od mibnei ulechatzum lachatz gadol. And it distressed them, it distressed Israel greatly, mibneihem, because lachatzum,
But,
they were greatly not
me,
tortured.
could
They were
the-
greatly
they Niktas leheko, parts of Pirtzos, Utameh, Vitzar lehem Yisrael ma'od, and they distressed the Jews very much.
right.
Mifnehem.
Lachatzum.
And that's from lachatz. Lachatz is that they like lachatz gadol. They lachatzum lachatz gadol, and they were subjugating them terribly.
Subjugating, that's a good word. Okay. Ad she'richem alehem Elokei avotenu v'hoshiam yadam v'hatzilam. Until but they requested mercy from their the God of our fathers, and he saved them and rescued them.
Yeah, actually, ad shi'arachim aleim Elokai avosenu, until the God of our forefathers had mercy upon them, Moshia miyadam, and rescued them from their hands, but Silam, and saved them, right, and saved them.
And saved them. Okay. V'gavru b'nei hashmonaim hakohanim hagadolim v'haragum v'hoshi'u Yisrael miyadam. V'gavru b'nei hashmonaim. And
The Gavru mean that they became victorious.
victorious.
Gavru, or they overcame, they overwhelmed. The Gavru, they conquered the Bnei Hashmonayim, Kohanim Gedolim.
Oh, they conquered. Okay, and they killed them.
Yeah, the Bnei Hashmonayim, the Kohanim Gedolim, they conquered, right, the Hargum, and they killed them, our enemies.
Oh, okay, and saved Israel from their hands.
Right.
Okay, the Chazra Malchut LeYisrael Yater al 200 Shana ad HaChorban Hasheni. The Chazra Malchut. Oh, and the kingdom of Israel returned Yoter al 200 for more than 200 years until the destruction of the second temple.
Right. Through the Hashmonaim, the Kohanim Gedolim, that they vanquished our enemies, the Greeks, and that took place 200 years before the destruction of the second bias. So the Malchus was returned to Klal Yisrael for the next 200 years. It wasn't 200 years of very easy rulership, but nevertheless it was in our hands.
Okay. Ukishe Gavru Yisrael.
Don't we learn that all of the children of Matityahu were killed?
One second, say that again.
Hello?
Yeah,
Are we connected?
Can you hear me?
There's a time delay on there's some type of feedback and time delay, but I didn't hear you. Say your question again.
Don't we learn that all of the children of Matityahu were killed?
No, the one during the battles, there was one. There was one son that was killed during the battles, but I don't think they were all the others. The other ones became kings, if I'm not mistaken.
Isn't there a midrash that says that if someone says he's a descendant of the Maccabees, that he's a slave?
Well, that's their offspring. Their offspring eventually was killed out there. That's a Gemara. That's a Gemara in Baba Basra. But that's something else. But that took generations to occur.
But nevertheless, we say that
somebody has their mic too close to their computer.
Yeah,
think it's
Aaron, I think it's you.
Mr. Heimowitz.
Is he back yet?
Sorry, I don't remember. I'm lost in space. Sorry.
Okay, you're back. You wherever you are, you're with us.
So you're saying nevertheless that the victory lasted 200 years?
Well, the Malchus was returned. What they established that the Jewish population would have autonomy. That lasted for 200 years until the Churban Bayis came.
I'm sorry, I'm not following it. I thought the Hashmonayim, it was not that long. It was not only a few years. Where is this 200 years coming?
Again, all it says that it says here. What it says again, it says right that Malchus Yisrael Yisrael Masayim Shana Ad Churban Hasheni, and it returned the rulership to the Jews for more than 200 years until the Churban Sheni. I mean, they had autonomy
Until the Romans.
Yeah, until the Romans. They had autonomy until the Romans came and destroyed the Beis Hamikdash. But it was in the hands of many different kings. Hashmonaim had kings. Herod was a king. There were many different kings at that time. But we had autonomy, and we weren't being subjugated by other nations up until the time of the destruction of the second Bayis. Okay, that's clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Gavru Yisrael av oivehem ve'ibdum. Okay, so Israel gained power over their enemy and they destroyed them. V'kaf hey v'kislev hayai, and it was on the 25th of Kislev. V'niknesu leheichal v'lo matzu shemen tahor b'mikdash. Ella pachechad shehaya munak b'chomato shel kohen gadol. Okay, so, and they entered the Heichal. They couldn't find pure oil in the mikdash, but they found one, I guess, jug. A pach is a jug.
Yes.
That was I guess it was there, resting there on the wall of the Kohen Gadol.
Well, not in the wall. The chasima, that's with the seal of the Kohen Gadol.
Oh, with the seal. Okay. Chotamo. Lachtom is to seal, right?
Right.
Okay. V'lo hayabo lahadlik ela yom echad bilvad. But there was only enough in it to light for one day only. V'na'aset nes v'hidliku mimenu neirot hamaracha shmona yamim. And it became a miracle, and they lit it. They lit the light from it. The lights hamaracha. What that lasted 8 days.
Well, the maracha is literally like the arrangement. I mean, that's a reference to the menorah. The maracha is like the menorah.
Oh, the menorah. Okay, for 8 days, ad shekat shu zaytim v'hotziu shemen tahor. So I guess until they can press olives, and out of it came pure oil.
Right.
Oh, okay. Umibnei zeh hitkinu hachamim shebeoto hadur. Now, and because of this, the hachamim, I guess the rabbis, proclaimed in this generation sheyiyu hayamim ha'elu, that these days shetechilatan kafhei b'Kislev, that it will begin on the 25th of Kislev, Yemei Simcha, v'Halel, okay, days of joy and Hallel.
Oh, very good.
So, and that's a full Hallel, not just a Chatzi, like a half Hallel.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Umadlikin bahem hanerot ba'erev al pitchei habayit b'kol laila b'laila mishmo, not halelo. And they would light them, the candles, in the evening, al pitchei, by the entrances of their houses, each night of the 8 days, of the 8 nights. Laharot ulegalot hanes, to show and reveal the miracle.
So that's going to be a question which we'll discuss after. Which nace are we referring to, right? That
Oh yeah.
the only nace that was mentioned right now was Vanasa nace vadliku memeno neros maracas kasyamim. Right? That's the only nace that was mentioned right now, up until this point. Right?
They, Nate said they found it?
Well, that's also a good question. What do you say, Barry? What nace are we referring to?
Well, it should. I thought that it was the fact that the oil burned unnaturally for such a long time.
Right.
But Rebbe, I wanted to ask a question. To this, I heard a lecture. It was a debate between the former chief rabbi of England and the I don't know, some bishop, the bishop there in England, and they were having a debate about religion. So this chief rabbi of England, Great Britain, made the following statement. He said, "The miracles in the Torah are not to be taken literally. They didn't necessarily happen. You can't take the Torah literally in cases like that. Other instances that more natural events that took place, you can accept that, but we don't. But we don't accept the miracles that they really happened. I was shocked when I heard that. I can send you the video, the link to the video.
I'd like to see it in context so I can make a proper value judgment on the comment. Yeah, send it to me. I'll try and listen to it. Sure.
But it doesn't sound like you're too surprised at a statement like that. I mean, it I don't know. It seemed very, very off the beaten path, so to speak.
I'd like to see the video also, please.
I mean, there's halachas in Shulchan Aruch that you pass by a place where you make a bracha that Baruch Baruch who made miracles for our forefathers in this place, right?
Yeah.
It's before Shulchan Aruch.
Yeah. Okay. It seemed that he was. It seemed. To me, it seemed. By the way, I'm going to send the video, but there's a disclaimer. The whole debate is about 2 hours, so you're going to have to I'm not going to send you an edited version of the video. I don't have the ability to do that. So you're going to have to listen to this whole debate.
All right, we'll see
You
what,
know, so we'll see what it is.
yeah, okay.
Does-
Sachs, Rabbi, the Chief Rabbi Sachs. That was the and some whatever.
Bishop or something.
I think it was actually, I'll have to look at it. I think the debate that he had that this is referred to was with a famous nuclear physicist or something, or biologist, or somebody who was, you know, attacking evolution and, you know, I mean, and all that. But anyway, so good luck. You'll have a good night listening to this.
We'll see.
Okay.
All right, let's just send
Well,
it. We'll see what-
isn't that also the view of the Rambam that he doesn't hold by miracles either?
Well, no, we're not supposed to be influenced by miracles,
Oh, influenced. Okay.
right? Yeah, but now, again, to make that statement that was made by the ex-chief rabbi there, so you have to back out, you have to bring a source for that. So we'll see if I can find, but I guess, and as I said, like there are actual brachas with Shem Malchus you'll make at certain places in the world where the miracles occurred for us. So it needs to be investigated properly.
Yeah, and he also made another statement, which was that you cannot take the Torah literally. You must have commentary, which makes sense.
Yeah, that's
I mean, you know,
that's
so along with that, he's saying you can't take these miracles literally. You have to have commentary with them.
yeah.
Is basically all right. But anyway, I'll try to find the video again. I haven't listened to it since what time is it? Since 7:30 this morning. So I'll have to try to find it.
All right, no problem.
No, I haven't listened to
Okay.
it for a few years.
Well,
Whatever, but-
if you have a chance, you can listen to it and then tell me which at what point, you know,
No,
63 minutes and 32 seconds, you know.
I don't want to, I'll tell you the truth. I don't want to listen anymore because there was many other things that he said that I found very questionable. He even said, well, according to the Judeo-Christian ethic, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay. Again, like that just goes,
It's like a way, you know, like,
you know, once you're out of the box, you're out of the box. Let's put it that way.
yeah, all right. That's exactly right. You're going downhill with no brakes.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, speaking about brakes, we got to put the brakes on because our time has run out. And
okay.
we'll have to start again tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
Okay. Very good. Yeshikayach.
Okay.
Well, have a wonderful day and hope to see you tomorrow.
All right, everybody be safe and be well.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Shalom. Shalom.